So in the last video, we ended it by saying space is not the best way to separate our information because it could be part of the name. As an example, I have more than one first name, right? I have multiple first names. Joe could have multiple first names, or they include some other name. Joe Bellagio Morakaiser. Kaiser. Is this a real person? I don't know. We're just putting randomness. But notice that now that this full name is there, you'll notice we're going to get a little bit of a buggy thing. Where here, the sex became Bellagio rather than M. Why? That's because we said the sex is word second. So this is 0, 1, 2, right? It's an array. So Bellagio becomes that location. So including a character that's commonly used is a bad idea. What we want to do is make sure it's a character that for sure we don't include, either by restricting it or making sure that that's not an input that's valid, so forth, so on. You do whatever you got to do. Sometimes even they go and they convert it, those specific characters, to a code. You could see that happening inside HTML. Give me a second. I'm going to open a HTML page. So let's say over here. So let's say when I search on Google, hello, you could notice here that a lot of those characters, let me show you, let's put a space, hello for 123 Montreal. Notice that the spaces is being converted to a plus, and you're going to see some other weird characters like this ampersand 3a, which represents a specific character. These are made so that they don't mix in with the key characters such as / or equal sign or so forth, so on. What if I put an equal sign in here? You could notice that the equal sign over here has been translated to a percentage sign 3D, right? Hello equal 123 Montreal. Hello percentage sign 3D 123 Montreal. So this is an option. But let's go ahead and make our life a bit easier. Let's assume that they will never enter a character like colon. And notice here, I'm going to leave it, but I'm going to put a colon here, colon here, colon here. So now we want to divide our words by this delimiter. And we already learned how to do that is just by doing the split. But don't go too far. I want to show you with scanner as well. So now if I run it, it should do it correctly because the name became this huge name, right? Because our split is this now and not space. So this works out. If I wanted to, we could also initialize a delimiter to our scanner. So rather than going by next line, we could go by the next delimiter. To be able to do that, we would say scanner, delimiter, and what we want to say is use this delimiter that we're giving you, such as, let's say, a colon. We're going to just try it out to see how it looks. And then when we're scanning, we don't want to scan for next line. We want to scan for next word. So here has the next word. And here, rather than getting next line, we're going to get just the word. So let's see how this works when we utilize this. You're going to notice this is not going to work out as well. We might even get some exceptions because we're outside our array or something. We'll see. Yeah, we're out of bounds for our array. So let me take out these. We already saw how the split works here. This is fine. And what we're going to do is just say print out the line. You're going to see our lines are going to be messed up because now we're utilizing this delimiter colon. So now we're printing each line, but each line has a new delimiter, which is the colon. So 23 Reza F, 34 Joe Bigadio M, 43 Jane O, etc. Again, this could be a good way for us to go downwards. Notice that what we had before worked out fine. Just using the delimiter with the split works. So this could be an easy way to create data in a file. A lot of you have been coming towards me and saying, can I use this library that manages JSON? Well, JSON is the same thing. They're using characters that they're splitting the code. In this case, they're using tags that they want to split with. Let's go online for a second. Give me 1 second. So let's go JSON data, and let's just look at some data in JSON. Now, I want something more complex. Sorry, just give me 10 seconds. Let's say here. Okay, so if we look, I didn't want to, oh, actually, I know where we could go. We could go to, we could go to, I forgot the name, but JSON API, I think it was source or API. Let me just get the name. Am I having such a hard time? There's a lot of birds in the background, but let's just get to, okay, good, here we go. So a lot of you come down and show me some text like this, some JSON, and you ask me, can I use the JSON library to do it? Well, they're utilizing the same thing. If you notice, what they're looking for are symbols, such as this curly brackets to represent a JSON object. Then inside of that, they're looking for key and value pairs. So this colon represents what the key is, which is the left, and what the value is, which is on the right. Then every key value pair is separated by a comma, right? And this is how they do it. Each part is going further in details, such as you could get an array, you could get different types of strings or integers or whatever. It becomes more and more interesting, but all they're doing is reading the file one by one and utilizing the correct delimiters to divide the content. So it's really nothing different from what we're doing, except theirs is a standard or became a standard way of gathering input and output. Cool. I'll see you guys in the next video.